Billy Booger and Memoir, sorta, by William Joyce and his younger self. Billy Booger and Memoir, which is a true story, which in this book is written by and drawn by William Joyce and his younger self in the 4th grade, actually. Nose messages. Ask your father and mother to let the smell of something you do with eyes are closed. Tell whether your nose gives you a pleasant or unpleasant message. Take me to your leader, Earth person. Top secret. Possible titles for your book. Nose Dudes from Beyond. It came from my nose. Billy Booger. Ew. Meanwhile, back at the private island lab, Johnny and his uncle sprint tagging puzzle over the meteor hurls toward Earth. Gee whiz, Uncle Sprint. That looks pretty bad. The Adventure of Lad and Today. Once upon a time, when TV was in black and white, there was 3 channels when the kids didn't have play dates. They just roamed free and out in the doors where they lived a kid named Billy. Billy loved monster movies, cartoons, and comic books, and sometimes called the funny papers. During the week, and the funnies were small and in black and white, but on Sundays they were huge in color. If you spread them out, you would fill the room. And sometimes a whole day. Then Billy turned on his time machine. Billy wished school was more like funny papers, but in an effort of making math more fun was not entirely successful. Billy, you have an F. Billy also found regular sports too regular. He did much better at sports than he invited him, but PE teacher didn't entirely agree. Every now and then, Billy would get sent home from school with a note, and his parents always wrote back, "Oh, you should see the stuff he does at home. Mr. and Mrs. Billy, your son has been very odd as of late, and while he always tried to encourage creativity, we cannot condone full-fledged and mayhem." Okay. Then one day, Miss Pagely, the librarian, announced it would be a contest to see which kid could make the best kid's book. Billy's brain was about to explode. He asked the librarian for books from many different subjects: meteors, mythology, space travel, mucus. "What have I done?" Miss Pagely worried. For the next few days, Billy thought and read and wrote down and drew. "Well, this nose is certainly to the grindstone," Billy said. "I wonder what kind of note they was good this time." But Billy didn't hear them. He was living the dream. The name of the book, Billy's Booger, the memoir of a little green-nosed buggy. Chapter 1. I am sneezed. I was a regular booger, inside the regular nose of a regular kid named Billy. All the boogers were there, Nick, Ed, and left. Me and Curly on the right. We were watching Billy to do this math. "Billy, we are here. 4 + 1 = sad." Billy went to exploring, so we had to hide. "He's been biting his nails again," said Curly. "What must be math test coming up," he said. "Too bad we can't help him," I said. Right then, way in outer space, a star sneezed, and out came a meteorite that zoomed all the way to Earth. And through Billy's window, space, sniffle, little star, outer space, Earth, little side Billy's house. The meteorite bonked Billy's right to the top of his head, and we were all knocked out cold. Then Billy sneezed out, and then came a bonk. Whew. Chapter 2. Super Booger. When we woke up, I had incredible math powers and was green, really green, and I decided that I would use my powers to help poor Billy out. Only a booger will help you become the world's greatest mathematical genius. Not on head. Gee, thanks on my pal and booger. Well, the name Super Booger stuck, and I was faster than speeding spitball. More powerful than the meanest bully, said Help. Able to leap to the tallest sting sets with a single squeeze. Achoo. Then Billy started getting superpowers that were amazing and total different from mine, that could turn green peas into chocolate, and then he could fly, which of course meant he could wear a cape. Then he could be invisible and generally super in. Ugh, peas. Don't worry, use my chocolate ray vision. Where you, Billy? Right here, reciting the encyclopedia backwards. Genius of grasshoppers. And with that help, Billy could do the hardest math any teacher ever thought. And then the president asked Billy with math advice, Billy, can you help me? I got to know where the many candy bars we need to give to all the kids of the USA. Thanks, Billy. My calculator showed that 4 billion candy bars should do it. That's 1,000 bars per year per kid. Sure. 4 billion baz, blah, blah. Great. Chapter 3. So, Billy got to be the kid with a whole drain pan when it came to the math stuff. Bad guys, super villains, and crime. Nick and Ned and Curly just stayed the nose side and got googled onto these separate powers. But whenever the need arrived, the last out of Billy's nose said we would save the day. Bang! Out of the way. You motto the end. Bet on it. Published in USA by Billy Ba. Done entirely in green pens, 1 pencil. Okay. Principal Busterbaum would be the judge for the contest. Billy liked the principal because he got to send him all the time, especially during the science fair. He called Billy one of the most challenging students ever. So the day the winners were announced, Billy was expected to, but he didn't win first prize. He didn't win second. He didn't even win third place. He didn't get an honorable mention. He didn't even get a note from his teacher. He didn't even get sent to the principal. It was a long walk home. His mom and dad concerned about him. His sister was worried. Billy is so normal now, it's weird. A week later, Billy glummed, looked over the library books, and went to the mucus. The mucus smiled at him and started away. Then Billy heard laughing. Some of the friends in the older carriage were at the table reading a book. This is hilarious. I want to check this out. The book should have won something. I put all the contest books in the library, especially, but yours checked out to be the most, Billy. He hadn't won first or second or third or an honorable mention, but his book is now in the library and is checked out the most. That made Billy small, Billy sort of way. That's pretty awesome. You got 20 in imagination, said one of Billy's pals, but Billy didn't hear him. His mind was on fire. He wasn't so normal it was weird anymore, and he called Miss Bolster the most challenging student. Book contest, Billy's eager. Neatness, possible points 3, possible points 3, terrible through fine, extremely, pull back, question marks, bizarre, 20, no problem with the unusual, total 39 points. Work on those low scores, Billy, and look forward to what you come up with next year. Mr. Bussabon. P.S. You're still my most challenging student. And the walk home was just the beginning for a long, long adventure.